Down here in the bottom right in the red, the Terran player for Acer.
Acer MMA.
Again, lots of fans in the studio coming down here to watch him today.
Definitely the fan favorite. He's up against this guy, somebody who knows he's the underdog.
CM Strom Revival.
Yep. There he is.
There he is.
Very nice haircut.
Very nice. Always a good haircut from this guy. He knows just how to shave off the sides and make it look good. An MMA fan here. Looks like he's got his signature. Nice catch there. Even has it set to his name.
Nice job. Good job, fan. Hope you cheer well. Sign said he would cheer on players down here at the studio.
Oh, he should.
Yeah.
Come down there and sit and text on his phone. That would be a boring fan.
Come down and play Candy Crush. I don't want to see that.
Don't want to see that.
Go down there during the game and rip your phone out of your hands.
I don't want any Flappy Bird. Better not be on Farmville or that other weird game that's like Farmville where you like attack other people's cities. I don't know what that's called. Clash of the Titans or something? Attack on Titan? I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know either.
Remember the Titans? Something like that.
Well, tomorrow's Friday.
Titanic? Was that what he was playing? I'm not sure. So you can look at MMA's major results in Heart of the Swarm. See, he made it to the global finals round of 16. And you can see his placements in Aces. And looking at Revival's results here, you can see that he was the second place for WCS America's Season 1 of 2013. And got pretty far. One of the most notable results we've ever had for Revival is him knocking Naniwa out of the BlizzCon tournament last year, which made us have a foreignerless tournament. They're in that very, very exciting last tiebreaker match.
Yep.
It's very famous for that. I stayed up till the middle of the night to watch that one. It was good.
Good matches there, definitely. This time, he can place that barracks there without having to worry about the add-on. Just place it there, gets the tight wall as well.
Okay, so he gets one Reaper first, then makes a second one delayed. That's how he's doing this. That's how he tripped me up.
Yeah.
So this drone does have to run away here. See how many links he makes this time? I think he is going up to 6 now. Oh, is he actually going to get trapped back there? Oh, that was so close.
At the last second, makes a Spore Crawler. Now 6 Zerglings out, is going to force that Reaper back. And of course, Spore Crawler going to cancel. Drone being saved.
Yeah. Reaper's like popping down that little icicle. Yeah. Second jump.
Now MMA going for a pretty early expansion here. Feeling pretty confident here to just throw it down on the low ground there with that Reaper out.
Yeah, this is Revival's map pick, and he goes for a fast Zergling speed. And he's also still mining a little bit of gas. So with this fast speed, he's going to want to deter the Hellions. Don't think we're going to see any sort of 2-base speedling attacks. On a map like this, yeah, it's a wide ramp, and there's a backdoor expansion, or backdoor entrance. But the backdoor entrance is not really going to come into play this early on. And I don't think that it's very viable to try to go for a heavy speedling attack.
Yep. Overlord comes in the base there. I'm not sure if he saw the starport. I don't think so, just based on how far he got in. But he did see the factory with the reactor on it, so he's going to know that Hellions are on the way. He's going to have to make some extra queens, maybe a wall at the front, just to be safe.
All right, he's going to try to actually come in here and see, and it's going to work out for him. Second Marine was off duty, taking a look at those icicles down there, putting a picture on Instagram.
We told him before, don't be on your phone. And now he sees it. Sees a starport, sees the tech lab, knows it's Banshees.
Starts a lair immediately. It's going to be where the most of his 150 gas is dumped right now. And with that, of course, Cloak is not going to be a problem. Since MMA isn't researching Cloak, his fears, of course, aren't going to be really justified, I guess you could say.
Yeah. Won't be realized.
They won't be realized. Yeah, I was about to say that, but I was like, I don't know. I don't know how I like that wording, Brendan.
Well, you know,
it sounded
sometimes
good coming out of your mouth.
Sometimes in casting, you struggle to find the right word, and sometimes you have to settle for a lesser one.
Yeah.
Been in that situation before. Got to get your ideas out there.
sometimes you go for a build and you have to sell for a lesser one in this case as well. You know, he commits the tech up on the Banshee, loses some time there, but only has one Banshee without cloak. But maybe he could force an Overseer. That's some gas spent.
Yeah. See
how much damage he gets done here. I mean, with the Spores, he's probably not really getting anything out of this, but the pressure. It's that pressure.
Yeah, it's the pressure. I mean, with the added Banshee here and the poke out of the Hellions, he's going to be able to ward off, you know, whatever Revival throws at him a lot easier. He's going to start over here and start getting some kills, actually, at the natural here. Nothing to defend so far. Already 4 kills. Going to get that 4th kill right now. He's going to back off and start poking that 3rd base with the Hellions.
Spores not up at the natural, that's for sure. That's a crazy amount of damage done for one Banshee with no cloak that can then be useful later on to scout for 4th bases, you know, try to go over and get any sort of extra information, deny creep tumors maybe. I really like the creep spread in the main base, or the Overlord spread, that is to say, the vision that he has.
Goes with the Viking right after the Banshee. It's going to be very useful for clearing out all of the Overlords on his side of the map, MMA's. And he comes in again with the Banshee, still no cloak. And Revival also forced to make that Overlord, because, or Overseer rather, because he's not sure if there was cloak. And continuing to get more damage with that no cloak Banshee while forcing an Overseer is going to get MMA so far ahead. He's going to continue picking off these Overlords and getting Revival even supply boxed for a bit as well.
Turning Amir. And with the fast 3rd CC that MMA actually has here, he's ahead in workers. Well, he was for just a second. Now it's 48 to 51. Still pretty close. With triple mules, mineral income is going to be much better for MMA once he saturates that 3rd base. He's also got the 1-1 upgrades way ahead, and
yep, very similar strategy here, actually. He goes for the attack, but he doesn't commit. He has the Banshee instead to poke, and he gets the double engineering bay, powers up in the same way without losing his army, and gets the 3rd base at the same time. MMA is actually in a much better position in this game.
Yeah.
Even more so than he was in the last game.
I agree. And he even keeps the 4 Hellions this time. I like that he only makes a few Hellions, too. That was a bit sloppy there, but I like that he makes only a few Hellions because he gets extra minerals, and he's basically just content to sit back and say, my army is going to be so strong and so beefy if you don't attack me that it doesn't matter how good your creep spread is to your 3rd base, which he already scouted. He's like, I already saw your base kind of late anyways. Not really concerned.
And the thing I like about this as well out of MMA in the 2nd game is that he saw that Revival was not able to deal with what he was throwing at him last game. So he's like, oh, well, I guess I'll just do the same exact thing.
I really want to know. I want to know how many kills that Widowmine got, actually. We might get a shot of this. Click on it.
Click the Widowmine.
I heard that big explosion. I'm pretty sure that was a Widowmine shot that got off. Probably killed like at least 5 Zerglings, something. Just a small drop. This type of drop is pretty cool because in StarCraft 2, when a Terran drops a Zerg's base, the panic button is to send every single speedling you have towards the drop. And if there's just one Widowmine there and all the speedlings gather up, you can get a ton of kills on that, actually, depending on how it goes.
Yeah. One thing to mention, MMA, he does get the upgrades early, but Revival as well is getting the upgrades at the same time. The problem here being they're both going to hit 2-2 at the same time, but MMA then easily going to be able to go into 3-3, whereas Revival, of course, is going to need that Hive. Going to be a lot harder for him to get the gas and enable to him to do that, especially as well the time even to get out that 3-3.
Well, I mean, at this point, at 3 base versus 3 base this long, oh god, that Widowmine trap. At 3 base versus 3 base, MMA is loving it. Look at the supply. This isn't even supposed to happen in this matchup.
Yeah.
Like, look at this. He's actually 20 supply up without any major engagements.
Which is just incredible.
That's just showing his macro powers, man.
Yeah, he's playing very well.
Drones coming in here one at a time. Can he delay the extractor? Will he get it? Oh, the Overlord. What are you doing over there, Overlord? Ruining everybody's fun.
Well, you know, Revival continuing with his great Overlord spread. He's had it since the beginning of the game. Is something he mentioned before. Just keeping Overlords everywhere on the map. Wants to be sure he's aware of all the drops that could go down, as well as, you know, possible different sneak attacks. Now, MMA,
he's just clearing up this creep. He saw. By the way, look at this Widowmine spread. That's pretty nice. But basically, he saw all the Zerg army run over to his one Widowmine. He was like, wow, you know, that's just one Widowmine, you know, right? And then he just turned on the gears and went for a big creep spread. cleanup. Big cleaning job.
Yeah.
Roach speed and a few roaches again here. Really not sure about this one.
Yeah, I'm not liking it as well. I mean, if he went, even if he went for that harass style, like with burrow and burrow movement, and he tries to get into the bases of MMA and bring his army back, something like that, that's still a big commitment of minerals, gas, time spent, you know, building those things, losing the drone as well. But he just puts it in the army, and it's just not as efficient as more Banelings, more Zerglings, more Mutas as well. But Revival seemingly feels like it's good. And if that's something he's comfortable with, he definitely doesn't want to change up his style.
I just really want to see it do something. I want to look at this and be like, aha! Now I get it. And once I have that moment,
and this is not that.
This is not that moment. He's gonna, he's gonna kill a lot of those Marines, but at a much larger cost.
He went from 17 mutas down to 9. Just remade one of those, so now he's at 10.
Well, this position here is like looking like Wings of Liberty 2011. Go towards the ramp, spread your Marines and your siege tanks at the bottom. In this case, Widow Mines. All right, now the Roaches here are a bit tanky. It's going to be hard for him to actually keep kiting against those. Those are ranged units. So, still though, the DPS on Marines is obviously quite good, especially with healing. Yep. The thing is, a Roach does a lot of damage, but slowly. And during the cooldown between attacks, the medevacs heal up, and the Marines just do so much burst damage.
Yep. Infestation Pit coming down here. Upgrades for his mutas as well. Zerglings trying to come out here, maybe trying to get a shot from the Widow Mine.
He's not even able to clear up those Marines, so his 4th base is not mining at all. And the Marines are like bored. They're like, well, you're not gonna come over here. Oh, okay, there are some Roaches.
Yep, finally is able to do that. Is going to have to remake that extractor, denying a lot of gas mining there. And if you look at the gas right now of Revival, he's got so many more minerals. He's dying for that gas. And just that little poke on the extractor out of MMA is going to bring him so far down. He gets another extractor there. MMA very content to not just go for the throat, but rather take little advantages here.
Well, it's starting to be pretty painful for Revival, man. It's like he's beating him by ripping his toenails off one by one. This is starting to hurt quite a bit now. I mean, he can't even break out of his base here. There's no way for him to safely engage this army without leaving too much. You know, if he sends his whole Zerglings over to clear up this creep, then he just flies away, and then his natural's exposed again. So he's kind of stuck between a rock and a hard place, and that hard place is about to have 3/3 upgrades, and soon a faster burrow upgrade for the Widow Mines.
Yep.
It's going to be a harder place. Needs to split here, though.
Needs to split. He runs back. Doesn't want to get hit by any of those Banelings. Not that many Marines here, but the Widow Mine shots could be good. Very nice shot there right in the middle. Is going to clean up a lot of Banelings in the middle. And here's the rest of the army of MMA, and Revival sees that and has to turn tail. He's not going to be able to fight that there. Some more Banelings being morphed over here, but the 3-3 is finished. And, you know, Revival just now starting that hive.
Yeah, this is just how this matchup works. Especially in the case of the Zerg player has just been ripped apart by harassment, losing extractors left and right. Doesn't even have a gas bank right now. Oh, goodness. Those Banelings didn't get anything done. Now going to contest a planetary over here with the Terran army supporting it. Not going to be an easy feat. He will get it with the blow-up damage. And actually, a lot of the SCVs may be with it. That was an okay trade for him. The question is, can he hold the counterattack after he's lost so many of his expensive units? If he gets all these medevacs, I guess maybe so.
Yep, does get a bunch of medevacs. The Thor not really doing damage, but here's another counter drop of the MMA is going to try to kill that Queen. Running after, has to target that a little bit better. Maybe wants to just reduce the larva. Now he's going to go for a counterattack at that 4th base. In the meanwhile, all of the mutas coming back here to defend against this, while this huge Terran army goes for the 4th base. Nothing here to defend for Revival.
I like that he targeted the medevac first to make sure that the Marines couldn't escape, but it cost him a little bit more drones. This base may actually be forfeit here as he's now targeting it down. It's getting pretty low. Again, don't forget, MMA actually has 3/3 upgrades here. A great split. Too many Widow Mines, which do have that burrow upgrade. Goodbye hatchery. Don't think it's long for this world. And Revival is running into a problem. He only has 2 Queens left. Not a whole lot of larva and not a whole lot of bank. Those Overseers dropping as many changelings as they could before they died. This hatch with just a few more volleys on that Thor is actually going to go down. Great pre-splitting here again by MMA.
Yep.
Not good enough, but...
Yeah, doesn't lose, or doesn't pay attention enough. He actually flew his medevacs into the mutas before as well. A little bit of mistakes here out of MMA as well, so he's going to be pushed back.
Yeah,
now
you know what?
Revival's going to go for the counterattack.
He doesn't have that planetary to fall back on anymore. Good burrows on these Widow Mines. Oh, so much damage done, even hitting a few of those Mutalisks there on the edge. I love this. Revival takes another hatchery on the opposite side of the map during all this. There's no creep spread over there, so MMA is not likely to expect this.
Yeah, Revival getting a bit of a foothold here. A little bit of a miss micro there out of MMA. Loses him a lot of units. And Revival's going to have some room to breathe here.
Now, if you look at the minimap, you can see that MMA's constant harassment has killed our one-eyed, one-horned purple people eaters' legs off. If you look at the minimap closely, you can see that. There's still a little bit of aggressive creep spread over here by Revival, but it's not really helping him defensively. This attack over here is just a bit too much for MMA to handle. He's not in position. His units have to walk a really long way away, actually, from his fourth base where he needs them right now because he was trying to secure that planetary. So a lot of damage being done here at this base.
Yep. 2 Overlords there as well to accompany, just in case, you know, any stealth units. But now some Banelings being morphed over here as well, just kind of sitting awkwardly. Doesn't want to come in here and do any big attacks just for now. You know, the Meta harass is enough because he knows he put MMA back a lot and killed a lot of his army. So he's just trying to get further and further ahead, gain some more of a lead as Revival. And
he saved this hatch too.
Yeah.
You know, I was so certain that he was going to lose that.
You know, MMA, he loves to be very patient. He does not go for the target there. He just like slowly brings it down with 2 Marauders. But I have to say, if he was a little bit more aggressive, that hatch going down is actually pretty important. You know, it denies 2 gas mining locations there as well, and a lot of mineral mining. So maybe a little bit of a mistake.
He's actually spreading his creep retroactively backwards right now, trying to reconnect his bases that way. Since he's so low on queens, that's the best way to do it because he can't afford to have queens at the front of his creep tumors anymore because he needs them back at home for injects. He has 0 queens, Brendan. He doesn't have a single queen on the map right. Oh, no, okay, it was just covered there for a second. So 3 queens. I was about to say, that's pretty crazy. They may have just popped, but as it is, he's finally also starting his 3-3 upgrade, something he's been down on for about maybe 10 minutes or so.
MMA, more medevacs just out here alone. 2 of them do survive with the boost, but, you know, losing these medevacs for free is not that smart. Here comes a magic box over the Thor. He's going to take that out easily, and now he's starting to wreck these SCVs. Another Thor pops out here, should back off those mutas here.
Kills a few of the mutas. Very late repair on the turrets. I feel with a faster one, or even on the Thor maybe, could have been a disastrous engagement. Revival sees that opportunity. Scan goes down here in the main base. He's seeing that the Hive tech is completed now, and he also scouts, very importantly, the Ultralisk Cavern, switches into full-on Marauder production here. Yeah, this drop will surely kill the Roach.
Yep. Roach is not going to survive. Marauder gets there late to the party.
Roach is pretty good at surviving a lot of things, but that drop was not one of them.
Yeah. And now MMA, he's had a lot of time here to come back and get his army back. He's maxed out again. That's a little unfortunate. He's trying to do drops here is what I'm trying to say. He's trying to come from both locations again, try to push Revival back here and gain more of this map control and get Revival on the back foot again because he was there in that position before, but he kind of lost it.
Yeah. I mean, he lost that planetary earlier. That was pretty painful. Now he's going to get clear of this creep, which means Revival's creep is basically non-existent. With the 3 queens he still only has, you know, he needs to be having those to hit larva injects. If he doesn't hit those, then he doesn't have the production he needs. If he is hitting the larva injects, then he doesn't have the creep that he needs to be aggressive. By the time he gets to a place where he can attack any one of MMA's bases, he's so far off creep that he's not even running back onto the creep. He's running so far away.
Now look at this, a giant glowing ball of blue, as we do have that game heart to really heighten up those colors. Looks pretty cool. Here comes another drop in the back. Going to try to harass those drones maybe at that 4th base.
Look at these Banelings. I think that basically the Banelings here are like the top of an anglerfish in the depths of the ocean. We figured it out. It's actually a Baneling.
It does look like that, which is pretty funny.
He's actually going to just, oh my god, those burrow useful here in this case. He even clicks on it, but he knows he can't get it. 3-3 is about to finish here for Revival. Looks like he did hit a Baneling trap over here, but it was only on Marauders, so no finishes. All right, let's see how well the engagement goes here for MMA as he gets on the ramp with Marauders on the high ground. Thor's on the front to tank. Those Banelings are going down so quickly, but they do a lot of damage as they go.
Yeah, they do a lot of damage, and Muta's still in the air, nothing to kill it as all the Marines have gone down. MMA is forced back, and you guys can see in the supply right now, not even allowed to drop his base here, and he's still behind this supply. He's down in army supply by 30 right now.
Yeah, you know, this base being alive still, or rather not being denied still, is a big problem for MMA, because if you look at his mineral bank, you see that it's not there. He's trying to rebuild his units as quickly as possible. Revival himself is getting a bit low on minerals, but he's got a very expensive tech-heavy army that is about to have 6 Ultralists join it. He's going into Broodlords as well as a backup for this. 4 Infestors to join the army, all with Pathogen Glands, means a lot of Fungals. But just looking at this, I mean, if you look at the amount of time it takes to remax the Terran army, it's not that long, because you have the mules. The Terran army is, you know, much less expensive than, say, a Protoss or a Zerg army. So when you rebuild Marauders and Marines, you can get those out of the barracks pretty quick. I feel like with the 3-3 here and all the tech units are Revival, though, I like his position a lot more, even though, you know, this Terran army is still mobile. The creep spread is still a little bit weaker. He's trying to spread it back towards the center of the map. He's even going to start, you know, considering attacking the natural right now.
Yeah. MMA was able to get that building armor upgrade as well. He wants to make sure that these turrets are getting the most bang for their buck. Losing another medevac for free there is MMA. He has to be careful about that. Can't be given free units here when he's behind right now. He drops a bunch of mules. Now that he finally secured that base, that's going to be great for him to try to come back in this game.
Well, speaking of free units, that Ultralist got ahead of himself. But, I mean, we have so many Ultras. This base is forfeit. That Flying Commander is likely to go down as well. This base with a lot of Widow Mines here, maybe he can save it. He's going to trade it for this 4th base over here for a viable 4th mining base, I guess you could say. A few Marauders here. The Widow Mines get one more shot. Maybe it's enough. He's losing so many Harvesters right now, though. The Ultras, if they escape, looks like only one of them goes down. He's still going to have these very expensive units, and they can just always go home and heal up. Doesn't have a lot of transfuse energy to work with.
Yep.
But that aside, I mean, he's got just so many Ultralists. There's something else to say. Good scan here. Even reveals it for the Widow Mine.
And now this is so important. The Fungals have to be on point here. There are no Banelings right now. And decent splits here out of MMA. It looks like he may be able to take a good fight here. Very nice splitting. Close. The Ultralists all go down, and a big army of MMA stays alive.
You know, he got some decent Fungals, but he needed a bit more than that. One transfuse goes down the Ultra, but now he's going to kill this base. And the drone's likely to fall as well here. That's a big part of the supply right now for Revival. His army is fairly weak, and it's all in these Ultras that don't have any support for Fungals. Only one Queen here at the back, and he's basically fighting a pure Marauder army. There goes some transfuses. It's actually going to maybe break through here. A few more Marauders coming up from behind, but it's not enough. Widow Mines do so much for a Terran army against Ultras because they ignore the armor. Gets another kill on that Ultra. MMA is way down on supply, but he's not completely out of this yet because a lot of the army supply of Revival is in like 7 Mutalisks.
Yeah, and this is so important here, right here in the middle of the map. MMA floats a base over there, and he has to keep it secured here if he wants to come back in this game. He needs the minerals right now. He has so much gas. He can actually stop mining gas for right now. He needs to get his minerals up. He needs to get an army back up if he hopes to stay alive against Revival.
He's doing everything he needs to do. He's adding Widow Mines from all of his factories because he knows that they are just going to crush Ultras. He also knows that at this point Revival can't efficiently make a Broodlord transition. It's too expensive for where he's at right now. If he could have afforded that, then MMA would be dead by now. He would have already done it, or he'd have so many resources there'd be way more of those Ultralists. Only one Widow Mine here for stack defense. Not going to be enough. That one Marine, though, is scary enough to chase the Mutas away for now.
Well, not enough Mutas in the air right now, just 6, but he's still trying to do as much harass damage as possible. Revival, again, is going to try to take that base, and if MMA finds out about it, he may be able to just drop over there and take it down. But for right now, Revival, you know, setting up more Baneling traps in the middle of the map, they haven't really been too successful for him so far. But, you know, who knows what's going to happen later on in the game. MMA right now taking those 2 really, really important bases. I feel like he just has to defend here for a little bit, get his army back up, and take a big, you know, big engagement here against Revival, and I think he can take this game.
Those 3 Ultralists are a lot more vulnerable than they look, especially that one that's only at 250 health. He has 5 Marauders, MMA that is, 7 Widow Mines last I checked. I love this spinning his fuse early as over there because his income mineral-wise is not that great. Oh, this Marine is so worth it. He gets, well, no, he doesn't get any kills, but still just the thought. It's a thought that counts, Brendan.
It's a thought that counts.
He almost killed it. In StarCraft, it's usually not the thought that counts, but in this case, for me personally, it's the thought that counts.
And now Revival, he's trying to beat the army over those 2 banelings. I feel like if he, oh my god, the scan just misses it, so he does not know about them, and if he backs off into that, that's going to be a huge chunk of his army that does go down. He has to be so careful. I feel like those could have been placed a little bit better, maybe just a little bit towards the left side of that ramp. May have gotten more damage there.
We have like taken a time machine back to an older time, plus Widow Mines. It's just a reminiscent of like 2011, 2012 TVZ going on right now, where it's just Ultras versus these tiny groups of very low econ Terran armies. What's he get? What's he get? What's he get? I think that was his chance, and he didn't go for it.
Not paying attention.
I think he might have made a conscientious decision maybe to not do it because he was waiting for a better landmine connect, but he definitely wasn't clicked on it, so who knows.
Yeah.
The army supply is much better for MMA right now, and there are still no infestors on the map. With a few infestors, I think this could be a different story.
Yeah, he had some infestors out there before, but they didn't really do much. Decent fungals, but no banelings. And now Ultralisk trying to do some damage. They get the burrow, and a lot of damage going on to those Ultralisks. The Marauders doing huge damage as well. And now these 6 Mutalisks trying to do some damage at that other base of MMA, but it's not getting anything done.
Is that Ultralisk about to get hit by a Widowmine and die? I think it might happen.
Mutalisks trying to fight, trying to get some of these SCVs to do whatever they can, but they're just going down to missile turrets.
The Ultralisk died to the Widowmine.
Yep.
It happened. We watched it. Well, we saw it. We didn't watch it. I was watching on the minimap. That's what you get. It's basically a spell. It's a spell that's auto-cast. You can't really control it too well. You can to a certain extent control it, but...
And now this base over here...
This base is toast. The Revival has just lost everything.
He's lost all his momentum.
His composition was like strong, but expensive and somewhat fragile, and he's lost all of his core units.
Yeah. He switched into the Ultralisk. He had the Infestors out there for the thought, but it didn't really do much damage. And then, switching into a bunch of Marauders, the Baneling's not really going to do much as well. And
somewhat sloppy control here again against the Widow Mines. That scan this time reveals everything.
That could be the nail in the coffin. I feel like unless he was going to get a very good, burrowed Baneling hit, MMA is just going to roll over him. You could just see an army supply, and even look at Revival's face right now. He is pretty stressed in that booth.
Well, this is going to be the last fight, I'd say. Good splits here by MMA. Stims in the last second after the split, so he gets the maximum amount of damage. Ultras here getting some decent connects, but there's no finisher. There's no fungal. GG. MMA, the fan favorite. Taking this series 2-0. Is he the foreign hope, Kappa? Is he going to bring it back?
The foreign hope right here in the booth. Oh, man. Drinking that water. He takes a 2-0 pretty easily over Revival. Revival saying it himself. Definitely the underdog here. You could see it in the play. It didn't even seem like he was on the same level as MMA even here.
No.
And going up against Parting in his next match, that's going to be a interesting series to say the least.
Well, MMA is going in the winner's match against Zest now. No stranger to very important TVP matches. He did lose to a very strong Korean player, MC, who's of course moved also to Europe to assert his dominance over that region. So that's going to be our winner's match. We're going into that after a quick commercial break.